Morning. Rise and grind. Got the coffee. Big mug. Big Simpsons mug, Mr. Burns. Big Mr. Burns hours. Who up? Hold on. Let's get it straight to the XP. I think I got to cannibalize once. For good measure. Alright, let's see what we see. I'm not playing Mega Bonk, so I don't need to jump. That's a note to self, right? Because when I play Mega Bonk, I get in a Mega Bonk mood. I played Mega Bonk on Tuesday. I had a little Mega Bonk yesterday too in my free time. It was very fun. I like that game. Let's pull it with this. I haven't played Saibao the Shaman in a while. We're out here hunting turkeys, right? This is the closest thing we got. This is the bird meat of Norath, right? This is what the forefathers feasted on when they were talking about what they were thankful for. It was over a nice big Aviac or Spirac roast, right? Aviac, Spirac. So I guess they're both turkeys. They're all turkeys, and they're delicious, and that's what we're here for, right? So we're just getting started over here. Kill some of these, just casually. I got dots. I guess I can get a nuke up for good measure. Let's see here. What do I got? Frost Strike. Sounds like a good one. 24 is the level. That's a good one to get my skills up with, because I probably didn't. Right? Hence the fizzle. Yeah, this will be fine. I'm down for this. We'll cannibalize in between. Oh, there's the root. I still don't have a clicky, right? Like an instant cast that I can hit in between spells. That'd be beautiful. One of these days I will. You know, even if it's just like a J-boot, something. Oh my god, off again. Because it'd be nice. Be able to go from a spell that breaks the root straight to a new root. Won't even get hit. Right now I gotta run in between, but it's okay. You know? Adjust, adapt, overcome, all the things. Honestly, so this is Saibao, my shaman, right? It's the only tune I have that has like good hotkeys. We did this one day on stream, right? You guys help me improve my freaking hotkey game. I like it. I like the way it works. I want to get more hotkeys like this. Alright, affliction's off. I think I'm just gonna nuke it. Put a real big frost strike. Now we can finish off on foot. Grind its face, right? Granite. Ooh. Ooh, that was doubled. 8 plat. Plus 2 little bone dusts. I can't complain about that. Cast a couple cannies. See if I get the rhythm down for a dance. I don't have a clicky, so I can't dance too hard, but good enough. It's going up a lot. Brokoth, what's going on? Happy Thanksgiving to you. Hey, it's great to see you. Cheers. Rise and grind. You know? Holidays ain't gonna stop me. Nothing's gonna stop me. No EverQuest enjoyers. Nothing. Nothing could stop me. Doing it big today. You haven't gone to bed yet? Hey. Well, don't rise and grind yet then. Save that for later. We let Dro in. Hell yeah, Dro's a pillar of our community over here. How you doing, Kentucky 91? Great to see you. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Let me be one of the first to welcome you. Happy Thanksgiving. And yeah, around RED99, doing it big. There's 7 whole players online right now. Pretty good. Pretty good for us. No, it's not that great, but you know, I don't need other players to have a good time. But you do need other players if you want a PvP, that's a fact. Try PvPing yourself. It ain't good. Ever see that scene in Fight Club? I won't give a spoiler, but you know what I'm talking about. That scene. Alright. Guess I'll hit another canny. ASAP. Try to dance it. It's a little early to be doing any efficient moves like this, but I'm doing it. You know, for the love of the game. Love of my mana bar. Honestly, it's without the clicky, it's not even like Dro PvPs himself every night, if you know what I mean. That's funny. Fardotron, yeah. In death, we have a name. His name was Bob. Let's see here. Let's root this little freaking bird again. It's turkey time. Rating on PQ. Nice. Farming AAs, playing some Escape from Tarkov. I never played Escape from Tarkov. That's a shooter, right? It's like an extractor shooter. Was that the one that kind of started the craze, you would say? If so? Because I know extractors are like pretty cool. I said they were going to be the new hotness like last year, but I think they were they're doing good. Spendy to buy Rally. That's probably why I haven't tried it yet. I'm like the last person to buy an expensive game. I was looking at the Steam sale. Pardotron actually reminded me that there's the Thanksgiving Steam sale. I was like, let me look at this. I don't know if it was because of Thanksgiving or just because it's you know, a random day. But I see Gauntlet is on sale. Like the you know, the arcade hack and slash. It's like a 2014 version of that, which I've never played. I only played the arcade one from like Y2K-ish, you know what I mean? The early 2000s or whatever. And then the GameCube version for it, you know, that came out after. That was a big hit at my house growing up, you know what I mean? We all loved that one. So, it's like $2, so I'm thinking of maybe picking it up. And if anybody wants to play some co-op hack and slash sometime, get going on that. Fox said that Gene Delee bought him Arc Raiders for his B-Day. Nice. Gene Delee didn't get anything for my B-Day. No, I think I seen him playing Arc Raiders this morning because I get the little pop-ups. He might be playing right now even. Rise and grind, you know? Gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, Arc Raiders looks fun. Is that an extractor too? I kind of looked it. Like I'll see some action and I'll see some like kind of like lobby-ish behavior, you know what I mean? So I guess it could go either way, but it seemed like maybe a extractor. I was playing what was that? Dungeonborn. That was and Dark and Darker. Those were the only two extractors I've tried. And they were more of the fantasy violence extractors, you know what I mean? What game did I get? I'm thinking about getting Gauntlet. I didn't get it yet though. You remember Gauntlet, right? The old I need food. Sustenance. That one. You know the game. Great. Very fun. It was a quarter eater. They had it at the arcade. It wasn't really an arcade. It was more like a pool hall. They had it at the pool hall, and I'd religiously feed it my quarters when I could. The first version of Gauntlet was so bad. Yeah, I never played the old '80s one. Honestly, like you just got to look at it through the lens of the time, right? Like maybe it's bad by our standards, but like it looks pretty badass compared to you know, um hitting a hoop with a stick. I'm just listen. I was born in the '80s. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to. Jokes like I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Cheers. Rise and grind. We're just getting started over here. Um, that's all I know about the olden days. Oh, the first one's a pure quarter scam. I mean, even the remake, um, the early 2000s one, I'd say was a quarter scam too because your food was running out. You would like get you know, no matter how good you're playing, you're done. You're cooked. I gotta freaking cannibalize more. I keep forgetting that this is not a regular human. This is a shaman. I'm living a different life now. An active life. Root off. This guy. He's rooted. It doesn't look like he's rooted, but he's rooted. See? If he wasn't really rooted, he would have hit me there. You can kill the food and gauntlet one and you shoot fast. Oh my, okay, that is the scam. But yeah, we're just gonna start over here. It's gonna be, you know what? I'm thinking of going a little extra long today. Not like super duper long, but like a little bit, because I don't gotta go to work this morning. I do gotta go eat some bird meat, so that's why I'm warming up with some Narathian bird meat. Where's this guy? Gotta like make him reappear on my screen. Okay, there he is. Going, getting your coffee? Hell yeah, that's what's up. I'm gonna root this again. Woo, close. I don't want to get hit. I need that. I need that HP for cannibalizing. That's my HP. Ugh, that always breaks the root, huh? Because it got the nuke component, right? That's a higher chance than, like, say, affliction, which just, you know, just a little dot, no big deal, nothing to worry about. Here's the question though: if you cast poisons and diseases on your bird, is that gonna ruin the meat? You know what I mean? Are you really gonna enjoy this succulent Spirok meal after you've killed it with disease? Maybe I should we should get a wizard out here, some fire nukes. You know what I mean? Flame broil it or something. Could totally find a better cooking method. Off again. Low on mana. Losing my regen. Could be worse though. Could be in a worse spot. I'm like misclicking like crazy today. We gotta be careful. Oh boy. Ouch. Alright, this thing's all dotted up, right? Let him die. Oh, never mind, there goes the dot. Alright. I think he's still diseased. Let's see, 16%. I know disease doesn't hit quite as hard per tick. Lasts longer. Oh yeah, he's still diseased. He's gonna flee when the root breaks, I believe. Right? Only one way to find out. Get in there. Builds character. I'm a tank. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm kiting. The bird's kiting me. Hey, this XP is like actually really nice because this is a hell level, right? 45. It's a big hell level, I'd say. Like no, not the first real hell level. I was gonna say that, but come on. Every hell level's a real hell level. Some are just easier. Um, I really don't need downtime. You know what I mean? Like I can flow with it if I remember to cannibalize. So let's just flow with it. Who's online? Um, out of all these players, I see this guy's streaming right now, right? Going on Amras. I don't know what he's up to. Every time I look at him, he's sitting on the dock. That's a life, I guess. I like to hang out in the swamp, so I'm not gonna judge. What else we got? And this guy, Story. We know Story. Oh shit! Don't you freaking backstab me? He did. I keep it away from this one. Recommend playing Tarkov, starting off PV, then going to PvP. So fun, yeah. Honestly, like, I'm a little intrigued. I can't even lie. Um, Story. That's Rapting, right? Rapting, you watching? What's up? Happy Thanksgiving, buddy. Long time no see. Mugs. That name's familiar. Ogre with a Y. That name's familiar. You know, I've seen these players. Magma Witchell. Not familiar. No idea. Now, this bird is kind of tough. Maybe I gotta malaise it or something, you know? Got a cooldown. Maybe that'll help. Who else is on there? So there's an ogre with a Y and an ogre with an E. Or a O. Just want to get the timing perfect on this. Again. That's not bad. Pretty prosperous. I only have the first cannibalized. I haven't gone to work on the quest or whatever. So that could be fun. That could be something to do. It is a a rise and grind Thursday. It's usually the shorter stream, right? It's like 2 hours usually. Do a little longer today, hype. Um, but not nothing crazy. Just enough to get a little bird meat in us. I'm feeling a mighty need to just load up on these. You know, you can picture it now. It would be huge. You would need a big table, lay one of these birds down on, and all the fixins, all the fixins. Oh, I got a Lev cloak. Might as well click the Lev cloak, huh? No J boots, but yes, Lev cloak. I haven't played this one in a while. I forgot. I forgot how stacked this shaman really is right now. Oh shit. I can even do this one. Oh wow. Almost ran into the other bird. Gotta get my gotta get my bearings over here. I can only kind of kite him around this corner. Got birds everywhere. Full for it off. Figures. If I could channel it. Oh. Yeesh. Want to backstab me. Okay. That only hurt a little bit. Then the snake wore off. I want enough mana to reroute it after the venom of the snake, so let me do a couple more cans. Alright, that should be good. As long as I don't fizzle too many. One fizzle. Okay. Back on top of this. It's a proven. It's not a light foot. That's why this one's been a little tougher. A little more HP. I've been struggling to keep it rooted. So, you know, it is what it is. I've been having so much trouble with my phone charger lately. It's plugged in and it's dying. Oh my god. Like I'll no, it's not even charging. I have to have the charger just right. Um, I'll plug in my phone before bed and I'll wake up to a dead phone. Luckily, I don't need an alarm to wake up on time for even the early morning streams. Some reason my body is just accustomed to it. Rafgar, what's going on? Hey, happy Turkey Day. We're celebrating in style with some bird meat. It's a bird meat farm right now. Back to my corner. How you doing, Rafgar? It's great to see you. It's the rise and grind, you know? Turkey Day special. Clink. I'm about to go refill my coffee in a minute. I got the rest of the pot. The most powerful farm. Hey, it's at least it's not Guk, huh? We're doing something different. Mixing it up. Nothing against Guk. I love Guk. Too much. That's why that's why at least it's not Guk, we could say. Um Started here maybe 80%. About 20 minutes ago, a few birds ago. Ever played Necro? I didn't. So I never made a Necro. I inherited a Necro, and I do play him from time to time. And he is really fun. My favorite spot that I've been able to solo on the Necro with great success, and I can't seem to solo it with any other class, is the big lizard, Aleusaur or whatever in OOT. I was I haven't done it in a long time, but I used to kite that with splurt. You know, just some splurt, some lich, and some life taps. Keep my HP up. Oh shit, that's not good. I thought I was safe. I thought everything was cool right there. Thanksgiving rise and grind. What's going on, the dude? We're just getting started over here. We got nothing to worry about. I got an extra bird, but you know, did anybody order an extra turkey? We got an extra turkey here. Somebody's gonna have to eat it. You know, I'll tell you what. I'll kill it, and then we'll figure out who's eating it later. Oh, ouch! It's gonna hurt. Reroute this little thing. Bird came out the water. I know, right? They're seeking vengeance for what I've done to their people, their bird people. Um, let's see here. I shouldn't be sitting. I should be cannibalizing, first of all. Venom the snake came off. Have to get something back on this proven. I don't think it's going to flee at low health because I have an additional bird. It's fun. This is how it goes sometimes. You know what I'm saying? No flee. No flee. Oh my god, the root's off again? Gotta be kidding me. Hard to make gains in my mana bar when I gotta keep casting root over and over again. And I haven't recast any dot on this yet either. Still struggling over here. I can confidently say if I didn't get the Lightfoot ad, this proven would be dead by now. You know? I'm sure of that. As sure as it's Thanksgiving, I could totally do that. Maybe we should go Furiona Violator. Visit the pilgrims, right? Just have a let's just make a day of it. Make a morning of it at least. Oh my god, the root's off again. Ooh, he started fleeing. You saw that? I was not expecting that. It took for me for a loop there. A little turn. Alright, well, it's okay. That root will break again. Sure enough. And we'll base it and kill it. I just don't want to give up too much of my HP bar for... There we go. See what I'm saying? I'm surprised it's doing this. Usually, you know, you got a second of the same faction in the camp. The first one, I don't think will flee. Right? That's how a lot of things seem to work. One's fleeing. Whatever. Take it. This was a free pull, huh? I didn't even have to try. Brad bless. A Thanksgiving miracle. Didn't get a swing in there? You saw how long attack was on. I should have swung. Come on. Come on. I'm going up this little... Climbing up here a little bit or something. Not safe anywhere. You're on a 20 stream streak, the dude. Hell yeah. Hey, I appreciate that. That's probably the... If anybody got a streak that can beat that, better flex it now. Otherwise, I'm declaring the dude official streaker right now. Streaking incident at the Thanksgiving game. Oh. Uh-oh. Going the quad. Alright, hold on. Let me see what we got here. What do I have? I don't have a Ring of the Ancients. If you need me to loot that, go back to AC. You got some streaks going on too, Fardotron. Don't even finish your sentence. Hey, Antonius Block Party, what's going on? It's great to see you. I gotta get Chloroplast back on. Let's stay up. Stay right. It's a Thanksgiving rise and grind today. Going hard in honor of the, you know, in honor of bird meat, in honor of, late afternoon naps, in honor of pilgrims and belt buckle hats and all that stuff, you know? Do all that. All right, maybe no belt buckle hats, but um all the other stuff. Great to see you. I see we have, let's do a new count. 8 players online. Drezzy's on. He was on his monk before. Now he's on his druid, and he won't say hi, even on Thanksgiving. Shaking my damn head. Cannibalize before too late. There it is. There's the root off. That proven gave a nice little chunk. We knew it would. It had to. It's Spirit of Wolf fresh. At least I can recast on myself if I have to. Lev up. Gotta scramble over the water. Oh, I want to be swimming. Someone's buying a Sinew MQ for 45k, huh? Hey, happy Thanksgiving, Drezzy. He's paying 75k. Wow. Ah, come on. I did land a melee. Moving up in the world. 23 damage. It helps. Every little bit. Every little bit helps. But yeah, I was playing some Mega Bonk earlier this week, including yesterday. Finally finished that last Tier 1 Forest Challenge. The one, no weapon. I had a very lucky pickup. First chest I opened was Cursed Doll. And I know I've been talking a lot of trash about Cursed Doll. I didn't realize that Cursed Doll just does its thing even without you attacking. So without a weapon, you can't attack. And so many things rely on attacking. Cursed Doll does not, apparently. So I was just running around and stuff was dying. I was able to actually loot the experience and level up, which is different, you know. Normally in that can't attack, no weapons challenge, you're not really picking up too much XP because you're not really killing anything. But it went differently anyway. It was the good luck I needed. Finish that, and then I'm now my new goal is to unlock everything, right? Including I'm gonna have to do the charge all the shrines. I'm going to have to, and I think just like I was able to do I unlocked the thing that's the other thing I did. After doing the no weapons, I did the no items or shrines challenge, or it's just an unlock. It's just an achievement. You have to win without picking up any items or power ups or shrines. So I did the challenge that has no items, and then I just consciously every single time I saw a shrine, I would think to myself, I cannot use the shrine. Every time a power up dropped, I was like, no power up, no power. You know what I mean? I got to do it like that. And I think I could charge all the shrines if I'm like, enter the shrine and stay, right? Charge it. Charge the shrine. If I remember to charge the shrine, I might be able to do it. But yeah, the challenge I'm on now, because I'm still trying to put off that one charge the shrines one, is Got to get the cursed tome to level 20. And my first like good try on it, I got to 15. So I think I could do it. You know, it wasn't even like nothing was going my way. I still got it to 15. I think if I had a lucky build, picked up the stuff I need early, just, you know, stay alive through it, I could do that one. And then I'll unlock the last character, the last weapon. I'll just have one more item to unlock, and that's the cactus. That's the one where you gotta let cactus mobs kill themselves on your thorns, which is pretty freaking hard, it would seem. You gotta do a lot of specialty builds for that and just keep grinding cactuses. And they don't even spawn a ton of them. At least not every run, you know? Sometimes you might get a whole wave of them, but it seems like you only get a couple. Anyways. You think it's true? You think Amras is really Lightning Hoof? This is big if true. Hoof. Get on your ranger. All this bird meat. We're gonna be stuffed. Oh, that's another part of Thanksgiving, right? Stuffing. Got to somehow work that into the stream. Gotta stuff these birds full of shaman dots. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna tank it. Famous last words. I'm a tank. E-bolt basted bird. Yeah, it's delicious. Just like mom makes, you know? Just like mom made. I remember one time I had a job that gave everybody turkeys for Thanksgiving, and they gave these like huge birds, and it's just like this is literally bigger than any oven in my apartment. You know, thanks for like this burden. Ended up donating it. You know what I mean? But it was just like pain in the ass. You know, I had to go do it right away because it was frozen. You can't like leave it in your car till later. Go do it at your own convenience. It was like thanks for this burden. Um, like I guess it was a nice thought or whatever, but like maybe your bottom level employees don't have like the world's biggest ovens. You know, have you ever thought of that? Have you ever considered that, or even just asking, do you want a turkey? You know, I would have said, no, that's all right, thank you though. What the fuck's going on here? My keys are stuck. What's going on? I can't stop. Oh my god, this is not good. What the fuck? Oh, I'm stuck in the chat window. Oh my god, I just told the group so many letters. Wow. That's the last thing I thought of. It's anything but the chat window. He's laughing. Fartron's laughing at that one. That was so disorienting. I'm trying to regale chat with a tale of too big of a turkey, okay? I don't have time for this chat window nonsense. I said DDD. I said like 5,000 Ds, like 55 A's. No, more than that, like 600 A's. and then a bunch of D's, S's, D's. I even hit a semicolon in there. Some W's, some A. I was trying everything. More S's. And then I'm like da da sa da da da. I hit an apostrophe. Halfway through this bubble almost. Oh man, your pet's gonna need a little chloro, huh? Chloro your pet real quick. Actually, there was another job I had that gave turkeys. But this one, I already thought it through, right? So I found there was an employee who wanted to buy my extra turkey. You know what I mean? I didn't want the turkey. And he was willing to buy it. $10, right? He came up with the price, and I was totally down with that. And I gave him the turkey, and he said, "I'll cash app you the $10." And it never came through, and the dude quit the job. He like exit scammed me for a $10 turkey, which honestly, that was a lot. It was better than the year I was stuck with the turkey. You know, no offense to turkeys and jobs that give out turkeys. It's a burden. I'll eat turkey. You know. The dude says you did not. Well, that was you, the dude. The Cash App's still coming through. It's only a few years late, right? To the day. I think it was like the day before Thanksgiving. You know, that's on me. I should have stood there and confirmed that the Cash App was coming through. Um, but I thought, I really didn't think it was the checks in the yeah, yeah. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a frozen turkey today. Oh, I'm gonna get hit by this bird. Right? It wasn't even 20. It was 10. It was kooky crazy. It was a discount bird. Because I'm sure a full-grown turkey would be more than $10. Yeah, he seemed like a nice guy too. Okay, there was one other issue I had with the same guy. We were on the same shift sometimes and different shifts sometimes. It was kind of strange. He worked like either or, it seemed. He had been there a long time, which is why I didn't really think he was gonna like cut and run. He'd been there way longer than I had. But anyway, he broke something when he was on a forklift and then tried to blame me. And I did not fucking go for that. You know what I mean? Because I took a lot of pride over not breaking stuff with the forklift. You know what I mean? Especially when I was new there. It was like my first day or something like that. And this guy's trying to blame some like shit that had been broken before I ever started there on me. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was looking for his revenge over that. Could be. Now you see my virtual forklifting. Yeah, the dude. That's true. That's true. To be fair, my issues with the virtual forklift are usually that I'm flipping the pallets. Right. I'm usually not busting up the stationary objects. Right. I'm usually avoiding the stationary objects pretty well. It's the flipping the pallets. Um, you know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now the virtual fork. Oh shit. Virtual forklifting's fun. I do get a little frustrated that it's you know, in real life you could get a little better perspective on how high the forks are. Yeah, I win. I flip the pallets. It's true. It's true. I can drive around with some decent handling, but then when it comes time to actually move the product, I yeet it, you know? Maybe if I slowed down a little bit. I'm always, that's the thing. They got this timer going. I'm trying to beat the clock. I start doing you know, cutting corners. Get a little hasty. Haste makes waste. And in the warehouse, waste looks like a whole bunch of product on the ground. I'll tell you the worst incident I ever had on a real forklift. Straight up, this one was bad. But I have an excuse, you know. Besides, the sun was in my eyes, and I don't think this forklift was calibrated or you know. I could give you a million excuses, but my best excuse on it is I was in this warehouse working. I was it was through a temp agency, which is terrible. Never. I'm gonna go ahead and say like if you can ever avoid working through a temp agency, just do it because they don't teach you right. You know what I mean? Or they don't treat you right. They don't pay you right. They don't treat you right. You're too disposable. Your forklift cert was pick up that pallet, put it down, go forward, go back. Here you go. Congrats. Yeah, I mean that's usually about all it takes, right? You've got all the basics now. Hopefully you don't kill anybody. Um, okay, so this is this one warehouse. We were using Crown forklifts, which I'm very familiar with. It was a freezer. It was extremely cold. Like you had to wear layers, including like big like parkas, and it was super duper cold. Especially the turkey room. Speaking of turkeys, but anyway, I wasn't in the turkey room. I was in the regular freezer, and they had racks, probably like 9 or 10 shelves high, very high racks. But the thing that was strange about this to me, as soon as I walked in there, I thought this was odd. They did not have any sort of nothing on the racks, right? It was just a front beam and a back beam and nothing in between. No grating, not even the like some places don't have the grates, which I think is reckless, right? The grates stop the falling items from hitting you, hopefully. If something falls off a pallet, which could happen even if you're not touching it, right? Something could just fall randomly. You never know. Um, anyway, no grates, not even beams, like connecting the front to the back. So when you put a pallet down on it, you had to have the back of the pallet on the back beam and the front of the pallet on the front beam with no tolerance for error. It couldn't be off by even like a half inch, or else it would not be on the two beams and the pallet would fall, which is insane when you're talking 10 shelves up. You know what I mean? That's really far for a pallet to fall. That's like 40 feet. And anyway, no beams, no or whatever you call those like lateral connections there. No grates. Um, so you'd have to be really careful. That's fine, right? You can see the front of the pallet. You can see the front of the rack. So you line up those, and you know the back is lined up too, right? Right? Okay. Well, here's the crazy part. These were double deep racks, which is something I've still never seen anywhere else. I'm not sure this is really a thing. So the thing that made them double deep is instead of being one rack in the front and one rack in the back, it was two racks in the front, two racks in the back. Um, and the way you would reach the back rack is you would have to drive your the what's the part that sticks out in the front of the forklift, a reach truck, the like outriders, right? The outrider wheels that helped um you know balance the thing. You would have to have those under the rack fully, so you would hit your mast while the forks are raised. You'd hit the lower mast against the front rack, and then you could put your pallet down on the back rack. The only issue with that is you can't see the back rack at all. You're working totally blind, going on pure faith that you're putting this pallet down onto the front beam, which remember I said there's zero tolerance for error here, front beam and back beam. And if it's off either one of those, the pallet falls. There were so many pallets falling in this freaking freezer every hour of the day. Because there was probably 30 or 40 forklift drivers in there, and half of them were actively dropping a pallet every minute of the day. It was insane. Anyway, since I had proven that I had experience with it, they had me fixing ones that were like halfway fallen, but not all the way fallen yet. So I would, I was touching problem pallets as a task. So I dropped a lot of pallets. I was just finishing the job, really. You know what I mean? Just this thing was already not on the rack, and I would either get it on the rack or it would be fully off the rack. So one time I dropped, I must have fell 40 feet, frozen vegetables, and this shit hit the top of my forklift and just exploded. It was just peas and carrots and corn everywhere. Everywhere. When I tell you this stuff was... They're probably still picking up peas and carrots and corn in that freezer. You know what I mean? But, anyways. That was a past life. I haven't driven a forklift in a long time. You had a feeling that Fippy wouldn't take a break on Thanksgiving. Hell no. Fippy would enjoy a nice turkey meal. He might be a little drowsy, but I think he'd still charge the gates anyway, and then take a nap after. I'm gonna take a nap after I charge the gates, what he would say. Anyway, we gotta farm the bird meat, right? This is the bird meat farm. You like Zilkril, you like light meat or dark meat? I'll make sure to save you some. But anyway, it was again, right? There's the crazy thing about it is the company that I was kind of working for, or let's say the warehouse that I was employed within. Oh fuck, this thing's gonna kill me. It's a good company to work for, so they say. But I didn't work for that company. Nobody did. You know what I mean? I think it's really easy to be a good employer if you are able to bypass the whole having employees trap. You know what I mean? They outsourced it all. You know what I mean? I worked at a warehouse that was just storing their stuff, and that warehouse used, holy fuck, temps to just do the stuff. And nobody was an employee, so they treated us like shit, and yet the company is great to their employees. Anyway, I don't participate. I think the worst part was they would try to trap people into promotions, right? If you worked really hard, you could get a raise. But the raise was salary, and they made you work 60 plus hours, and you were actually making less money. You were making more before your raise because you weren't salary. You got your OT. None of us were going home. It was terrible. It was just an awful place. Anyways, I always find something to complain about when I start talking about my old jobs. That's why, my strategy nowadays is I call it re-row, right? You ever hear of FIRE? People talk about financial independence, retire early. Well, the hard part about that is the financial independence, right? Skip that. Go straight to the retire early, right? It's re-row. Retire early, retire often, right? I'm retired. I just stay busy, do some odd jobs. This is how I justify it. Retire early, retire often. This is not financial advice. Oh, I can't see. It's something that, you know, I mean, I've had to have some serious thoughts about. Um, I used to think about my grandpa a lot. You know, my grandpa worked really hard his whole life, really, really hard. I know he was working in the city, and then when you know, he moved the family out to the suburbs, he would still commute back to the city. You know what I mean? That's hard. That's tough. That's I think you'd even have to take a ferry and everything. You know what I mean? Um he was a hard worker his whole life. He retired and he passed away like within a year. You know what I mean? He never got to enjoy his retirement. And that, you know, I thought about that a lot and I would see these stories of, you know, all these people that never got to enjoy um any sort of break, right? They were always working, always working. Um and then, you know, my mom passed away at her job. You know, I mean, she was at work. She was about to clock out and drop dead right in front of the time clock. You know what I mean? She never got to retire at all. Um, so that solidifies it for me. You know what I mean? I'm retired straight up, straight up, and I'm enjoying it. I've been, you know, it's not the first time I've retired. No, I do have, you know, I got my little gig. I do little shit. You know, gotta gotta pay the bills. It's a necessary evil. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not really financially independent. All right, I still gotta do what I gotta do, but I am retired. And you know, if I have to unretire, you know, I'll unretire. I'll go back to work. Um, I'll do what I got to do, and then I'll retire again as soon as I can. Um, some people might say that's like working seasonally. Okay, fine. Maybe I got a seasonal job. I like to think of it as retired. But anyway, like I said, this is not financial advice, unless you know you're raw like that. There's people saying it's seasonal, got no imagination. Exactly. It's just a, you know, functionally nothing changes. It's just a mindset change. And I think that mindset change, it does a lot, you know? It does a lot. Oof. Yeah, two if I pull that one. Almost guaranteed. Pull this one back. You know what I should do? Hindsight's 2020. Let's get a slow up. What levels this slow? 39. Easy to learn to live with less when you're never quit. Fiend. Sure. It's a it's a cheap hobby. You know, the way I do it anyway. I would never even dream of spending a freaking dollar. Whoops, I just typed wow in group. I was trying to type W to move or an A to turn. Wow. Sorry, almost 46. Can't wait. Did I slow this thing? I don't think I slowed this thing. I'll slow the next one. I will. There's also the one way to play live EQ where you really don't lose money. What's that way? I think the game's free to play, right? Maybe not all the expansions or something. Um, I swear I was playing it for free last time I was able to log in. You need to be a six box enjoyer for that to be feasible. Chrono farming, ugh. That sounds like a job. That sounds like actual work. It is free, but like 2 expansions behind. Got it. Yeah. Well, it's okay because I'm like 30 expansions behind. I would log into retail if I wasn't banned, just for a little, you know, trip down memory lane, trip to my bank, see what you know, what kind of alts I had going on, all this stuff. Like it would just be interesting to revisit. But I don't know if I have the, I don't know if I care enough to actually email them and be like, hey, can you unban me? Like I didn't even do anything, right? That's what I hear. You gotta like beg them. If they banned you wrongfully in the past couple years, you just ask them and they go on to it. It's what I've heard. It's what I've read. I don't know if it's true. Because I've also heard other people with contradictory information, right? Originally, I heard, oh, they mass banned everybody who was inactive. Um, right? And then I hear other people who say that's not true. I don't know what I was inactive and I was banned. So to me, it seems like it was wrongful, but who knows what they think. Because like I said, they want me to email them. They want me to make a new account and contact them through that account, right? That's like the method. I don't like the sound of that. No. So I'm not doing all that. You're very rightfully banned in 03 or 04 Phototron. I mean, that was so long ago that honestly they should free lol noob. Free lol noob. It's been over 20 years. Come on. I never did anything wrong. I was banned on retail for some reason recently, within the past few years, because I went on to claim free heroic, and that worked. I successfully logged in, claimed my free heroic, and logged back off. That's all I did. I might have PK'd one person because the free heroic I claimed was on Zek. And of course, I made a Froglock Shadow Knight named Frock with a bunch of O's and A's. And found it took me forever. I found another player. I blasted him like one shot. And then I logged off. I didn't talk to him. There was no, no back and forth, no freaking trash talk, nothing. So I don't know. Maybe harm touching is illegal. I don't even think I looked at my um whatever I don't even know what server I would have to look at to find my old character. I'm sure they've done other mergers. I haven't played since the Buried Sea, whatever year that was. It was probably well over 15 years ago. You know. Hey, Ding46. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We're doing it. We're doing it live. Hey, you. Yes, you. I'm so glad you're here. This rainy Thanksgiving special. Turkey Day. We're out here farming bird meat. Me and Orkman, Fardotron. This is my shaman Saibao. So anyway, hey you, yes you. I'm so glad you're here. Let's do a little cheer. Let's do a little dance, a little troll dance. Oh yeah, it's a good dance. Let's do another one. Saibao's ready for the plains. Oh boy, that's a scary thought. Hey you. Happy Thanksgiving. For real, for real. We're gonna do so much more today, right? We're just getting started, in fact. In fact, even though we're an hour deep, we're just getting started. And it's a real knee slapper around here. Have you considered, please, 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 following the channel if you haven't yet? Hey, come on, I do this every week, every Sunday. Oh, wait, this is Thursday. It's Rise and Grind. Hey, Rise and Grind. I still got I got the dregs of coffee in here. Clink. Slam that down. Let's go. Without further ado, let's get back at. Oh, you thought I forgot? You thought I forgot? No, no, no. Listen, if you a hater, I got a Thanksgiving Day / rude for you. Oh, that's for you if you hating. Anyway, let's get back to it. 49 has good stuff for Shami. Yeah, I bet. Oh, I'm way too far away. Anyway, let's go pull a bird. All right. Let's see what it looks like post hell level over here. Post hell level Lightfoot. They're still blue. These are the easy ones. At least this one's still blue. I don't know if they're all blue. Not bad. Not bad. A little chunk. A little chunk of XP. That first little bit's hard to read. So let's see what the next little chunk looks like. I have a feeling it's going to be decent. A couple percent. Alright, another blue Lightfoot. If I could pull it. It's a hard one to pull, I feel like. Gotta get just the right angle. See his belt buckle. I don't think that's belt buckle. No. No, no. That belt buckle? Find out. I'm surprised I'm still in range. I'm very far away from this. Workman got 3% at level 44 for that one. Nice. I feel like I could. There we go. See what I mean? You got to see his belt buckle for real. If only he wore it on his hat like a pilgrim. Be a lot easier to pull. Ouch. Backstab the shit out of me. Yeah. Good. I'm glad it came out of the dang tree. Going straight into another tree, though. Bastard. Trying to hide the turkey meat. I'll find it. I'll find it. Where can we get some potatoes to mash, right? That's what I want to know. And some cranberries to sauce. That's what I want to know. Anyway, let me refill this mug, all right? Because it's a rise and grind. I was acting like it's Sunday. I'm just that hype. You know what I mean? Like this is Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest levels of exciteness, alertness, enthusiasm. You know what I mean? Rise and grind. I'm a little more low key normally, but it's a holiday. It's a holiday, so I'll be right back with more hype, more bird meat, and hopefully some cranberry sauce. Like I said, that's like this is the one day a year that it's socially acceptable to eat cranberry sauce. You know, be right back. And we're back. Hey, hope everybody's doing good. Happy Thanksgiving. You know, EverQuest style. Hey, I know normally I only do question of the day on Sunday, right? It's pretty much a question of the week, but I gotta know. I gotta know. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food, right? Thanksgiving dish. There's, you know, some things are very, very you know, associated with Thanksgiving. Pumpkin pie, big old turkey, meat. You know what I mean? Cranberry sauce, stuffing, or what would you have to do if you had to pick one? What's the one? What's your one favorite? Antonius Block Party says gotta be stuffing, pumpkin pie a close second. Aw, yeah. Stuffing's so good. I like, I think pumpkin pie, it might be my second favorite pie. Right? It's definitely the most Thanksgiving of all pies, but the dude you just took the words right out of my mouth, the dude. I was about to say pecan pie has been a life changer for me. I never really messed with pecan pie um, until a few years ago. I was offered a slice, and I was like, I've been missing out. You know what I mean? That wasn't one that was getting served in my house growing up. Bomb ass pie. It's amazing. I would have never known because I'd never, you know, I knew they existed. I just never really gave it much thought. Just you know, a pie, right? Yeah, you could list off lots of pies: blueberry pie, raspberry pie, apple pie. I don't know. You know what I mean? Just whatever pie. Um, Pecan pie was just one of those. Just a list of words before the word pie. It's not. It's something different and special. It's really good. Really good. But yeah, pumpkin pie. It could be amazing, right? Like a well-made pumpkin pie is something very special. Love that. So I like the. Don't judge me. I kind of like that jellied, like canned cranberry sauce. You know, sparingly. I'm not gonna eat like a whole freaking can of it. I don't think anybody is, right? You got like a little chunk of the jelly. You know what I mean? I kind of prefer that to the actual berries cranberry sauce. You know what I mean? I know when you see the real berries in it, you know it's authentic. It's not that Jello out the can stuff where you can still see the shape of the can. I like that one. I like the shape of the can one. I don't care. Required for a proper Thanksgiving sandwich. Oh yeah, that's I was gonna specifically mention the sandwich, but I was like, I'm gonna see if anybody else brings it up. Tony's Block Party brings up an excellent point. The Thanksgiving sandwich. Now this is acceptable, right? You can eat this year round. In fact, like I'd say a Thanksgiving sandwich, you'd probably eat it any day but Thanksgiving, right? Thanksgiving's when you eat all those things separate. After Thanksgiving, when you're eating the leftovers, or even just like some random day in the spring or summer, just as ooh, this would be good. Thanksgiving sandwich, hell yeah, some turkey. You just basically put it all together. Get the stuffing, get the cranberry sauce. You know what I mean? Oh, Ability likes the cranberry sauce talk. Ability, I gotta know. What's your favorite? I just gotta tell from way up here on the list. So you've been up for a couple hours maybe not a couple hours. You've been up for at least you're a rise and grinder, you could say. Ability, I can tell these things, right? The list is at the top of the list, longest online. I've been up since a little before 6 a.m., butt crack of dawn, doing the rise and grind thing. Hey, speaking of which, cheers. Rising and grinding over here. I know I'm doing a question of the day like it's what's it called? Like it's Sunday. Don't get it twisted. We still got a whole Sunday coming up this week. It's gonna be great. Sunday Swamp Tacker Splash Fest 2025 number 48. I think is coming this week. We had 47 last week, and we got 49 next week, so it must be number 48 this week. Like clockwork. You know what I mean? Like like a constant rhythm. You know what I mean? Like a song that's stuck in your head. Holy shit, what are all these birds doing? What's the dog doing? Maybe I'll root one for you. I really want to feeling back your pet. Or your pet can just fucking tank him like a badass. That's fine too. It's fine too. So I used to um work at this one restaurant when I was much younger. I washed dishes at a place that when they opened. And they had a nice successful run. This restaurant, I'd say they fell off in recent years, but once upon a time, this place was. It was not a Wendy's. It was a sit down establishment. But anyway, the thing that really was my favorite part of the job was not any actual part of the job. Believe it or not, washing the dishes sucked. Uh, Prepping, getting up early because I was like the first one in there to start the smoker fire. You know what I mean? I was in there too fucking early. Anyway, none of that was good. What was good though is they had a Thanksgiving sandwich on the menu, and it was everything you'd expect in a Thanksgiving sandwich, with a little marmalade, a little orange marmalade in the mix, and that I think that one ingredient set it off. It kicked it up to the next notch. I really liked it. Um, I went back there years after having worked there, and it was no longer on the menu. Like, oh, what a freaking disappointment. But it was good. I'm just throwing that out there. If you're making a Thanksgiving sandwich, let's give it a little marmalade. The moist maker. You know what? It might have been. It might have been the moist maker for it. You know, just give it a little. You need some sort of condiment, but it was like an outside the box condiment. You know, not something you would normally think of on a sandwich of sort. I would think. But it was good. It was good. I'm gonna be so hungry by the time it's time to eat because I'm already talking about it. 7:18 a.m. We're just getting started. It's Thanksgiving, you know. That's why we're farming the birds. We're doing it the way our forefathers taught us, you know. You go find a spearrock. You just the moist maker is the Thanksgiving leftover sandwich from Friends. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't remember that. I remember the show existing. I just don't remember watching too much of it. Um, you know what Friends I like? The Houdini song. You know, that's my favorite Friends. You know the one. Houdini was pretty cool, in my opinion. I'm gonna put this song in the Discord right now. Hey, if you're not a member of the Discord yet, what are you waiting for? I got a link for you. Hold on. We've been, you know, building a little community, and I would love for you to. Oh shit! What am I getting hit by? I'm trying to look up a song over here, bird. Hey, thank you for that follow. Hold on, let me look up this. Let me look up this song momentarily. I don't have chloroplast on. This is going well. Wish I had a clicky so I could pass spells a little quicker, but it's alright. It's alright. We'll get there. What kind of gains did I make with that insane XP bonus? I got 54 on well adjusted, and I think Huey leveled up a bunch. So just more Shadow Knight levels. I didn't ding anything 60 personally, but I saw a few of my guildies do it alongside. We did a nice big Guck grind. We had to take advantage of the Guck bonus. You know what I mean? Like, okay, the bonus was everywhere, but I saw that the Ghoul Cavalier was up, and I killed it and got triple shoulders, which is like almost 600 plat right there to a vendor. So I was like, That's awesome. Let's do it again. And it respawned the Cavalier and dropped 3 more shoulders. So it was like, we're already up like 1200 plat in 28 minutes. You know what I mean? Because that was like back to back kills. Um, so we stuck around and it just got kooky crazy. 2 people ding 60. 2 druids ding 60 in lower Guck of all zones. Very fun. We're we didn't get any frenzies to pop though. That was a little unfortunate. You know, we killed the placeholders a bunch. We didn't get any. Oh, we did get AM. Oh, there's silly guy got 50. Oh yeah, is that true, the dude? There were so many dings. I can't even remember them all. But it sounds reasonable to me. Definitely does. Um, the XP was just flowing. It was flying. Hell yeah. 50's I feel like 51 is when it gets exciting, right? For you. 50, well, it's kind of like how it went with a lot of classes, right? 50 is its own reward because it was the max at the time, right? 49, you know, you get some spells and stuff. 50, maybe they don't give you any spells because it's like now you're max level. Like, you don't, that's its own reward. But with 60 being the max level, 50 almost feels underwhelming. I'm not, you know, just a stepping stone at this point. Uh-oh, that's trying to bust in. I hear his little, he's like headbutting with his little wedge head. I can imagine him busting through like, you know, in The Shining. Here's Chester. I'll be right back. Oh, man. I was trying to get Chester to sit with me, but of course not. Of course not. He's got a mind of his own. Buddy, would you please? Please. 45 to 50 in one sitting is pretty wild. Yeah, I mean that's through a whole level and into another one. Through a whole hell level, I mean. Did I say hell level? I meant to say hell level. Stop with the cat, please, says Orcman. He needs the help. Alright, I guess. I guess I could stop with the cat for a sec. But only for a sec. Um, Workman, would you like a heal? Maybe make that happen. Or regen it. And I gotta cannibalize. Workman's describing some weird lag. Anybody else experienced weird lag the past few days in this game? I don't know if I have. I haven't been paying close enough attention to identify any weird. Oh, actually, no, that's not true. That's not true. I did get hit by something. I was fighting an NPC. I don't remember specifically what or where, but I was very far from it, and it hit me melee, and I had to like make sure I wasn't like my window wasn't like scrolled up or something where it just was happening. It already happened. I was just thrown off by it. No, I was at the bottom of the chat window. It hit me. It was like rooted out of my range, and I was sitting. And like after several seconds, it hit me once and made me stand up, and was still very far from. It was just weird. It was like couldn't really explain it. So I guess I've experienced some weird lag in the past couple of days. It was just one hit. It wasn't even like multiple rounds came through at once or anything. One totally off hit. Anyways, just got started over here. I wish I could get the cat set. Love that little guy. He gets excited when I get home. He'll like flop on the floor. He'll like roll around. I'll rub his little tummy, you know? Right, Chester? Winnie's not like that, you know? You can pet Winnie's back. You ain't getting close to her tummy. She's a little Tasmanian devil of claws and fur when if that happens. And it's so funny because she's so tiny. She's like the little tiny vicious one. He's like the medium chill guy. I've been calling. I don't know who had um this name in the palindrome contest. Remember Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest 2025 number 33? Do you recall this one? It was a while ago. It was a while ago. But number 33, we had a palindrome name contest in Grob. Best palindrome name took home FBSS, right? But there was one name, it didn't win, but it stood the test of time as far as I keep calling Chester. I'll be like, yo, banana boy, because he's, you know, almost banana colored, and he'll be like flopping on the floor and like looking like banana shaped. So I'm like, yo, banana boy. I say it all the time now. So whoever that was, whoever had the name Yo Banana Boy for the palindrome name contest, I want you to know that it's standing the test of time. It's become a new nickname for, Chairman Chet over here, the cat of a million nicknames. Call him Chairman Chet because he got his little chair. He sits in it. Chester Cheeto. He's got a lot of Nugget Man. I'll call him Nugget Man, you know? Self-explanatory. He's a little nugget. He's real. He hasn't made an appearance in the stream in a while. He's got a mind of his own. He's real. I'll try to keep this pet up. Holy shit. And never mind. Sheesh. Alright. I was gonna memorize. Oh, never mind. The best laid plans, huh? Lost my Sal. Sheesh. All right. Maybe you can take him now. What I was gonna do is try to mem a little slow. I don't have the mana for that now, though. Not even close. Anyway, Chester's trying to leave the room again. I just let him in for the second time this stream. He's relentless. Anyway, I had a song I was trying to link to the Discord. I haven't forgotten. I'm just under pressure right now. You know what? I was gonna say I'll low HP tank this. How about that? A little. Look at me. I'm over here, you horse's ass. Alright, think outside the bun. I can't believe I still say that. That's like a Taco Bell slogan. I don't even eat Taco Bell. And it's nothing against fast food, or it's nothing like in concern of my own health or well-being. It's they did me dirty too many times. There's no accountability. You know what I mean? Once upon a time, if you had a bad enough time, you know, you'd get compensated for it, right? They'd replace your meal or something at the very least. Now, good luck, you know? There's no manager to talk to. It's like everything's like semi-automated now. It's terrible. Have you tried to email them? Nothing. No respond. Like they're thieves. You know, I can't abide, you know, having my hard-earned money stolen from me by these corporations. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not asking for much. You know, just give me the burrito I paid for. That's it. That's all I want. Anyway, I'm at a point now where I just don't. I refuse. I won't even drink Baja Blast. You say Baja Blast isn't even better than regular Mountain Dew. So that's the thing. Like, if I'm at the store, this is how staunchly I refuse to support Taco Bell. I won't even drink Baja Blast Mountain Dew because I'm afraid they might make a fraction of a penny off some sort of licensing deal for that. You know, probably not. You know, Mountain Dew probably gets to keep all that money because it's just a soda at the store. It's not at Taco Bell. But just in case the fact that it is like a former exclusive, they might make some money off that. I don't want to support that. Fuck them. You know? Never again. Never again. Unless they give me a personal apology. And I'm not holding my breath. So I'm cool with saying never again. I don't even miss them. Anyway. You might say it's petty, but it's just how I am. You know? And it's been a while. I think it's probably been a year now. Been off the Taco Bell. And I should have swarmed off years ago because it's just been downhill. Anyway, we're talking about turkey. We're not talking about tacos. You could make a turkey taco, I guess. It's not illegal. Would you? Would you make a turkey taco? I feel like a Thanksgiving taco would just be like a Thanksgiving sandwich reimagined. Honestly, you could it'd probably be a burrito. Like a Thanksgiving burrito, I think would fly, right? Because stuffing, kind of has a consistency of, like other things that would go in a burrito. Turkey, I think you need to like shred it. You'd have to like shred the turkey meat, and then it would kind of I'm getting off track, but what do you think? Turkey burrito. It's too early for me to be doing all this food shit. Hey, did you know that every single stream is getting re-uploaded on YouTube a week later? So if you miss a stream, or if you want to, go back in time, discover some of the past lore for yourself, of course, go to the YouTube channel. I think we got every stream for from the year. In fact, the last time a stream didn't get re-uploaded on YouTube was, I think, Labor Day 2024, right? So we're like at almost a year and a half of straight uh, flawless, uninterrupted streamage over there on the YouTube channel. And even before Labor Day 2024, I was on a streak too. I just know that's the one that I happened to miss. I know this. I remember this. I don't know why I know this. You know? There's probably some important information that had to be forced out of my brain for this piece. But hey, I have no clue what that would be. No way I could. My favorite Mountain Dew is Code Red. You know? Straight up. Classic. Tried and true. I know I pondered this on stream one time before, but is a hot dog a sandwich? Right? I'm starting to get on the everything's a sandwich logic train. You know what I mean? Like a quesadilla, that's a grilled cheese. It's the same thing. Like let's not split hairs. And if a hot dog's a sandwich, obviously a taco's a sandwich. Goes without saying. I'm starting to think maybe even a corn dog. Corn dog might be a sandwich for all I know. Maybe not. That one might be more of like a ravioli. I don't know. This is some real philosophy. Like it's a sandwich unless it's a ravioli. We got 16 players online now. That one player was claiming to be Lightning Hoof. Do you believe that? You believe that's Hoof? Alright, now that I'm finally not fighting a bird, I can put this link in the Discord like I wanted to. No, that one. Chris C asks if I checked this out. What? Oh, the hacking Adventures in Hacking EverQuest. I have not watched this yet. Thank you for reminding me of this. I got to sit down and watch this. It was described as insane, and I'm always down to see something insane. Oh, Dotaway wants to invite. My bad, Dotaway. Hell yeah. Wait, what's this? Thin boned wand. Where did this come from? I don't remember this. Just in the bag. 40% into 46 already. Hell yeah. We're flying. Just getting started and flying. Gotta love it. Got the pot G. Oh, it's over. It's over for these turkeys. Thank you, Dotaway. Thank you. Pull this light foot. I'm scared of no stupid little turkey. Start chain pulling turkeys. I recognize a lot of these names, to be honest. Pretty lively list. I don't mind kiting a little bit. Oh, I might as well just tank it. I got a damage shield. In that case, yeah, too bad Cannibalize wasn't a little faster, right? Could probably cast it while moving. Bad angle. I see his belt buckle, right? I keep saying that, but I mean it. Can't see his belt buckle. I'm not pulling. Anybody know how long this bonus is supposed to last? This is the adjusted bonus, right? Like it was super duper bonus as a consolation for downtime on Saturday, and then they cranked it down to a normal holiday bonus recently, right? Is that what I'm understanding? It seems like we're still on a bonus, right? 40% into 46. It's pretty good. It's last until Monday. Thank you, the dude. Thank you for notifying me of that. Appreciate that.
Thank you for notifying me of that.
Did it work? Could you hear it? I tried to adjust these. I pulled 2 without even the mana to just barely audible. Okay. Okay. You know what I think I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to turn down music volume, sound volume, and then turn up. Hold on. I always do this in the middle of a pull. I'm always like, let me fine tune some shit. A perfect opportunity to fine tune some shit. I got 2 birds coming from my throat, coming from my family jewels. Let's see here. What can I do? Oh yeah, I remember. I adjust that down, and then I turn this up. Games or desktop audio. I'm gonna try one, okay? I hope this doesn't blow your eardrums. Let's try that same one. I'm gonna do it. That way you don't have to use your point. Does it work?
Thank you for notifying me of that.
Is that a little better? It says barely audible. Trying to like figure it out. One of those things where it's like I gotta be live to test it, I'm pretty sure. So we end up with these trial and error mic check moments that I'm not gonna say I'm proud of them. A necessary evil. You're out of mana, I'm out of mana, everybody's out of mana. Let's get some mana. It was a fun pull. So halfway through 46. Take a quick little med break. Normally I'd be ending the stream at 8 a.m., but today, you know, I'm just doing a little Thanksgiving special. All right, let's make it special. As special as as special as those the sweet potatoes with the marshmallow on top. As special as that. You know what I mean? Anybody's family do a little casserole? And what kind of casserole do you have with marshmallows on top at your house? Or if any? If any. Um I say sweet potato with marshmallow, that's classic. Right? If I like green beans with the little crunchy bits. The little crunchy like onion fries, you know what I mean? Like that's a nice little platter too. What's your faves? I gotta know. You know, question of the day. Question of the day. And also question of the day. Can you think of a more turkey-like creature in all of Norath? I feel like Aviax and Spearox. That's the big bird, you know? That's the big that's what's for dinner. That's what's for you know? Get around the table with the pilgrims and Firion of Eye. A nice big Spearock roast. Cockatrice. Ooh. Would you call me? No. Those are, yeah, they're kind of turkey-ish, you know? Maybe that's the chicken. We call this spot KFC, but let's be honest, cockatrice are a little more chickeny than this actually is here. Your cousin just got here? Fardo. Ready for Thanksgiving? Hell yeah. Tell your cousin I said what's up. Yeah. Uh-oh. A link from Fardotron. I'm not... I'll click that later. I'll click that later when I'm not online. How about that? Think you're gonna... Just because you got up the butt crack of dawn, you think you're gonna get one over on me? No, you gotta get up earlier than that, Fardotron. It's safe to click. Now I believe it even less. Okay, let's see. Oh shit. I clicked it, but it didn't work for me. Oh, the Turkatron from Aqua Teen Hunger Force? Hell yeah. That is safe to click. It could be dangerous, right? If honestly, it's a good lesson in internet security and just general life. If somebody with a name like Fardotron pops a link before your eyes, you know, you might want to think twice. You might want to consider how bad you really want to see what that link is. You know, nothing against Fardotron. YouTube doesn't allow gross stuff. That's a fact. Straight up. Straight up. Um, got a watcher in the house. A Spirok watcher. Let's watch this Spirok get freaking slowed. First off, did I land the slow? Couldn't really read that one. Be honest. Isn't Dr. Pimple Pooper on YouTube? Asked the dude. I don't know. Sounds like it was something that they would allow. It won't wound your soul. I don't know, man. I don't know. What I do know is I finally put that link in the Discord. If you want to listen to the song I was referencing earlier, Friends by Houdini. Well, there it is. I'm sure you know. It's a classic. Love that one. I love honestly, I like anything that like samples it or uses that um beat or whatever. Big fan. Big fan. I kind of just like that like synth sound. You know what I mean? It's like so of its time. Um so sampled more than 100 songs. What? It lists Earth People by Dr. Octagon as sampling multiple elements of the song. Now this is what I never clocked that. I know this song. I know Friends. I never put two and two together out of that. I gotta look into this. Bookmarking this for. Anyways, Doctor Octagon. I love Cool Keith. You know what I mean? That was my first experience with Cool Keith. The Doctor Octagon Ecologist album. Space Doodoo Pistol says Splendid Genesis. Exactly. Nobody else is gonna get away with lyrics like that. But Cool Keith. He got the Space Doodoo Pistols. Um, but honestly, I had an opportunity to buy the album Critical Beatdown, Ultramagnetic MCs. I had an opportunity to buy that a long time ago. A friend of mine was moving. He needed some money. He was selling some of his albums. And, you know, in the context, they were all great albums, classic albums. So I shouldn't have even thought twice. I should have just bought, especially the stuff I had never heard of, right? You know, looking back on it, that would have been the smart thing to do. I bought the stuff I knew I liked, you know? And like I should have bought the stuff I didn't know I liked because I would have learned something that day, right? And that Ultramagnetic MC's album I would have liked very much. In fact, if it straight up said Cool Keith on it, you know what I mean? Or like put in parentheses like this is Dr. Octagon. You know what I mean? Like I would have fucking loved it. I would have bought it and loved it. And instead, I didn't hear it for an extra like probably 20 years. You know what I mean? Before I finally listened to it. And I think I judged a book by its cover, or I should say an album by its cover art, right? Because I looked at it and it looked like some, you know, 80s rap, and I'm like, I know what 80s rap sounds like. You know what I mean? Like I don't need that. But it's even still sounds ahead of its time because it's the implication here. You're not familiar with ultramagnetic MCs? Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts, and I didn't know because I judged an album by its cover, and I was like, thought I knew what it sounded like just from looking at it. I was wrong. Blue Flower is a great song. True. Um, but yeah, Cool Keith had a lot of amazing albums. Still does. He's still putting out work. You know, very busy guy. Um, like Black Elvis, Lost in Space was that was probably the second one I listened to after Doctor Octagon, and I realized this dude had like aliases. You know what I mean? Started slowly discovering them. Very slowly, right? From you know, Black Elvis to Doctor Doom with three O's, right? I remember one time listening to with the homies. With the homies, we're listening to music, and we put on somebody put on Sex Style. Like, let's check out this album, this Cool Keith album. That's an awkward one to listen to with the homies, but it's certainly an album. Certainly an album. One could argue the Aviox are men's, not birds. I'm not familiar with that reference, the dude. Let's see here. Watchers are tough. Let me slow the watcher. Let me attempt to slow the watcher. Well, yeah. Hold on. Let me link this album for you. This is an amazing one. This one is or you know what? I'm gonna find the space tape. This is another Black Elvis project. One of Cool Keith's many. I'm putting all sorts of stuff in the Discord today. Well, wasn't there like what was the space tape? I'm not seeing the space tape now. Am I misremembering this? What was it actually called? Like there was like a mixtape that had some stuff from Lost in Space and some other stuff. I thought it was called the space tape. Collins Plays, what's going on? Hey, we're doing it big for Thanksgiving. Normally I end the stream by now. You know? Normally I do. But today, we're just getting started over here, you know, in honor of Thanksgiving. Pop open this Discord again. I think this link should work. Man, can't believe that was like 26 years ago. That all ahead of its time, even still. Oh, let's see. Find a bird. Got turkey on the menu. But Splendid Genesis argues that these are more men than bird. I mean, they do stand upright in a kind of suspiciously bipedal way. You know? Like, it's one thing to like bipedal, I guess, what means two legs, right? But I feel like this is like a chicken stands on two legs, but this is different. This thing is straight up. Spine is in a row vertically. You know what I mean? Like it's like us. It's upright. It's not just bipedal. It's upright bipedal. There we go. That's what I'm looking for, I think. I'd be interested to see the family tree here. You know. What did the Spirox? You know, what's the common ancestor or whatever? You know what I mean? Aviax and Spirox. Do they branch off of birds? Are they some sort of twisted experiment gone wrong? Damn, sorry it killed your pet. I could have stood there and tanked it. I was full health, but backed out. Sorry about that, Orc Man. These things happen. Yeah, I didn't even look at your thing's health. I was just like, yeah, this is fine. Splatted him. Yeah, I ended up down a weird little rabbit hole this morning because I'm talking about Thanksgiving, and for some reason I brought up Friends by Houdini. Right? I don't remember why. You know what I mean? I'm not sure what leap was taken to get to Friends by Houdini. But in looking up that song, I discovered that it's apparently multiple elements are sampled in the Dr. Octagon song Earth People. So now I need to listen to that after the stream. I just have to. I got to get to the bottom of this because I know that song and I never clocked it as sampling Friends. So I need to. And then I started thinking about Dr. Octagon, which made me think about, you know, all the other cool Keith shit. And here we are. Let's get back to the turkey. Let's talk about pies. What pies are going to be featured at your Thanksgiving? If you, or historically, what were your favorite pies? If it's, you know, Thanksgiving's gone by. I feel like, pecan pie is my number one. And it was never on my list. I had never tried it. I was aware of its existence. You know, I was ignorant. Now I know, and I love pecan pie. I think it's my number one. And then I'm gonna have to, you know, sadly put pumpkin at number two. But it's a high too. You know, it's up there. It's really up there. Enjoyable pie. I love a good apple pie. So much so I'm gonna put it at number three. You know? Any other pie is gonna come below. Those three. I do believe. Oh, but then you start talking about some like pies that maybe aren't very Thanksgiving themed, but they're certainly pies and should not be forgotten. I might take like a some sort of like a banana pudding pie over an apple pie. I might. I really might. But I don't think I would on Thanksgiving. Just in general. You know? Okay, Splendid Genesis got a list for me here. Blueberry, pumpkin, chocolate cream, apple. Probably the most common to find at your table. Oof. Chocolate cream. That's a tasty sounding pie right now. Thank you for that, Splendid Genesis. Now I'm like starved for it. I need it. Yeah, chocolate cream. It's like that's a good pie. Oh, you know what I hate? I hate seeing a good pie wasted. Right? Like a pie in the face gag. You know what I mean? What a shame. What a crying shame. Um they usually look so tasty. Even if it's just a bunch of like whipped cream on a plate, you know, that okay, that's not a pie. You know? You need a pie crust. You need a pie crust. But like, you know what I mean? A waste. Anyway, we're just gonna start over here. I feel like I got another I could probably push it 30, 40 more minutes before I'm just too hungry to continue. You know, which I think is what our forefathers would have wanted. They want us to go into our Thanksgiving meal not only ready to give thanks and you know, enjoy time with family and friends and all that stuff, but they would want us hungry, right? You show up ready to eat because there's a big ass bird on the table. Today it's a Spirok. It could have been an Aviac. It could have been a cockatrice. There's not too many other options in this world of Norath. Don't even get me started on where they got the bottles of milk. You know, a world without cows. You got milk somewhere. A little IRL med break required after the Thanksgiving meal for sure. That's what the forefathers would want. The Therianovi pilgrims. You can't see it. It's not part of their um, you know, their outfit when you look at it. You have to use your imagination. But if you close your eyes, you go to Therianovi and you go see a pilgrim, and then close your eyes, you can see, you know, they got the hat with the buckle on it. You know what I mean? Aren't these birdmen attorneys at law? I hope not, because I'm gonna get sued. I'm gonna get prosecuted to the fullest extent of bird law if it's true, because they've been witnessing my crimes against bird humanity. In the name of Thanksgiving, we just need to continue the hunt. Another bird is going down. It has to happen. But that's a good Harvey Birdman reference. I did love that show. Mentok the Mind Taker was probably my favorite character on it. Just loved his energy. You know what I mean? And I've seen on the Who All list, somebody has the name Mentok on this server. Some active EverQuest enjoyer on RED99 has the name Mentok, and I thought it was Splendid Genesis, and I had to ask. I said, "Is that you?" He said, "No." So it's somebody else that's not Splendid Genesis has the name Mentok. Who is it? Come forwards. The Evolutionary War episode of Birdman was where he got the theory. Really? I gotta rewatch that one. I'm sure I've seen it. That's why I say rewatch. Just because I don't remember it doesn't mean I didn't watch it. I'm sure I did. Watch that show religiously. It was always on the TV at the house I was living at the time. when that was on TV. Well, that channel was always on, you know, all night. I remember the first time seeing a Tim and Eric commercial. I was like, what the fuck is that gonna be? I definitely want to see that. And then I did, and I loved it, right? I remember just even from the first commercial, I was intrigued, you know? And I don't even think I clocked that it had anything to do with, you know, I liked Tom Goes to the Mayor, you know? I don't even think I realized it was like those guys. I was just like, what is this madness? The Cinco home try. I knew I didn't start that fire. I love that one. The deliberating fucking loading bar. Yeah, the Brothers Cinco episode. That might be my favorite episode. That's the one with the Cinco home trial, definitely. Kind of a dark ep. A little bit. Reminds me more of a bedtime stories than a awesome show. Great job, honestly. Uh-oh. What's your favorite Tim and Eric ep? Any of yous? Or if you don't remember a whole episode, it's a little segment. One of my favorites was definitely what's that guy's name? I can't think of his name. Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd on the computer. You know the one I'm talking about. Nude Tane. That one's good. That one's hilarious. Computer, turn up the 3D E, please. He's sipping the coffee. He's like, mm-hmm. That show's funny. Um, Orkman says he's fallen asleep. Or said that earlier. I think it happened. The Terry Green machine. Oh my god, that was such a good one. Not Tiny Dancing Man, Tiny Dancing Man. Get your little panini. Just two Terry tokens. Come here, buddy. Chester. He wants out again. Honestly, I forgot he was even in the room. He might have let himself in. No, I think I let him in. It's all coming back to me. I tried to lure him to sit with me. He didn't want to. I cried. Chester, come here. Let's see here. Hey, is anybody else streaming EverQuest this morning? We can go lead a solid Thanksgiving raid. If anybody in the chat is planning on going live for this morning, we can I can wait for you. You know, do a nice little handoff. We got some EverQuest enjoyers here ready to enjoy more EverQuest. I know I said I had another like 30-40 minutes in me, and we're only at like 16 to 20 minutes. I'm getting so hungry. Can you blame me? All this talk of turkey, it's, you know, making me drool over here. Ready to have some stuffing. I'm ready to have some mashed potatoes and gravy. Like I said, I really want some of those like green beans with the crunchies on top. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Like a green bean casserole. Something about that is just so traditional American, in my opinion. What do I know though? It's probably like a 50s meal, right? It's probably something that they put on the back of a Campbell's soup can in 1952. But to me, it's as you know what I mean, as traditional as turkey itself. All right, Chester, I'll let you out. Let me kill this bird. Hard to kill a bird with no mana. No mana for even a root. Oh, backstab me, fuck. I knew that was going to happen. I thought I stood facing it long enough that it would waste its backstab and then I could turn my back. I should have just backed away, did it the safe way. I thought got overconfident. Paid the price with 242 single hit. It hurts. That hurted. On root. Lucky root. All right, sitting over here, I'm gonna catch another pop. I gotta go here. There we go. About to let the cat out. You hear that, Chester? He's in he's in his turkey mode right now. I call him a turkey. Like I said, he's the cat of a million nicknames. Sometimes he's turkey because he'll sit in a way that reminds me of like a turkey on the table. You know what I mean? Just the way he crouches. He gets in turkey form. It's kind of like a loaf. You know what I mean? You know how cats like loaf up? He like does like a turkey loaf. Anyway, he's a turkey. I'm gonna go let that turkey out. Be right back. And then we'll talk about, just getting started to wind it down. Not yet, not yet. We'll talk about it. I'll be right back. So I open the door, and he's like, just looking at me. He's just sitting there looking at me in turkey mode, like he didn't even want to go out anymore. Like he was satisfied with where he was sitting. Anyway, I got him out because if I closed the door again, he was just gonna change his mind. We'll see. We'll see how long that lasts before he wants to come back in. He's such a cat, very cat-like. But anyways, like I said, we're gonna talk about maybe finding a channel to raid, right? Let's spread the Thanksgiving spirit, right? Today is Thanksgiving. And it's a Thursday, so we rised and grinded, right? Rose and ground, you could even say. We had to do it to him. So that being said, a nice rise and grind accomplished. I'm really appreciative of all you rising with me, or if you're still up from last night, you know, hey, get some rest. You got some turkey to eat today, okay? If you're into that sort of thing. Uh-oh. We got some monk on monk crime. Seblis. Story defeated by a monkey. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know Cabalist Cartel. Not familiar. I do know story of salt, right? If I had some gum on me, I'd chomp some right now. I'm gonna have to go get some gum when I'm out because I'm all out. Too much PvP on this PvP server lately. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I really appreciate you. Sunday Swamp Tiger Splash Fest 2025, number 48 is happening this weekend. It's gonna be a nice 7-hour long stream, the way we do it every Sunday. Rise and Grind will be back to its normal non-Thanksgiving theming next week. And of course, Tuesday is now Tuesday. I'm going to pick up some new games, I think. I'm going to pick up some new games for Tuesday. And then who knows? I might even play one of them. Otherwise, I'll be left to my own devices. I might play some Minecraft. I know I keep threatening it. I keep threatening you guys. I'm going to play some Minecraft on stream. It might happen. I swear. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for, listening to me yap at you. If you want to talk more music, if you want to discuss the 100+ songs that sample Friends by Houdini with me, I'll probably be on that today, right? In the spirit of, friendship, family, Thanksgiving, I'm listening to Houdini Friends as soon as I stream. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. Let's go join. Who's streaming? Let's go join them. Who we got? Who's streaming EverQuest? Ooh. Let's go say what's up to Dude Boy Orc Boy. He's playing a Shadow Knight. You know I love Shadow Knights. And it looks, I could be mistaken, but it looks like Upper Guck to me. Oh, that's Upper Guck. I know Upper Guck when I could smell Upper Guck when I pull up. So anyway, let's go show some love to Dude Boy Orc Boy. One of the best to do it here on Twitch. He's on YouTube. Check out his YouTube. He's all over the place. Like if you, you know what I mean? I think looks like he's got a Twitter handle, all that stuff. So check out Dude Boy Orc Boy. One of my favorites. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'll see you again bright and early Sunday if you're up for it, doing a long one. Peace.
Care too much about that spider, so he shouldn't come back with a lot of friends, but